very first Taspac Tech Talk. Rod doesn't know I'm videoing at the moment, so we're going to go and say hello to Rod. Here he is. This is Rod's dungeon. This is Rod in his dungeon. Hello, Rod.
Good morning, Ben.
How you going, guys?
Yeah, good.
Rod does this all day long when
day.
he's not talking to you
Every
on the
day.
phone, or 30 or 40 of your other mates.
Exactly.
And this is where we have our returns shelves are there. See all the returns we get? None at all. Oh no, sorry, they're here.
They're over there.
No, they're over there. Okay, a few returns, little things that we're repairing. But today we've got something reasonably exciting. That is what we would call new stuff that's arrived. We're going to unbox it.
Yep, I'm going to rip into the MultiPlusII 5 kVA.
Look at that. That sucker there.
4777 compliant ESS unit.
Yay. So that's pretty cool. Whoops, sorry, that's exciting.
That's exciting, sorry,
Going to
Ben.
get us lots of things.
I'm going to rip into this morning.
Big knife, doesn't it say a big knife?
Small
On the
knife,
package
says
somewhere?
no knives.
No knives. Just guns. Might not be appropriate to say that. Ooh. So, the MultiPlusII.
Yep.
There's a MultiPlus normal. No, that's a multi-grid actually.
That's the multi-grid.
This is the MultiPlusII.
Manual.
So what do we have? Manuals. Ooh.
Back plate.
And a backplate. Backplate's black. Interesting.
Nice back plate.
You all know how that works if you've used the Victron gear
Allen
before.
screws. Our warnings. Warnings in English. Manual.
Cool.
Very important.
Yeah, this is something that you guys might not be familiar with. If not, it pays to learn to read sometimes. And if you learn how to read, you can learn how to read in any language you want, pretty much. And there is a thing called a manual. It tells you how to do stuff. And generally helps to keep the smoke inside the box.
Yep. And what scary things are going to tell us?
Warning, parallel connection. May always interconnect the negative battery cables before placing the UTP cables. Oh, that's interesting.
Interesting. There's some parallel connections, so if that's 2 or more. So we can stack these in 3.
So we can do 3-phase, and we can do up to 2 per phase. That's from my memory. Is that right, Rod, with these?
3 per phase.
Up to 3 per phase.
Yeah, 3 per phase.
That's good.
So we can stack them up to 9 and 3-phase systems. We can do split and
So split?
standard. Yeah, split as an 180 degree offset or 120 degree 2-phase systems. So some of the feeders in New Zealand are 180 degree 2-phase systems. So we can program that all up. That's not an issue.
Sweet.
So let's take the covers off. Actually, I might just rip this out.
You pull that out. You do the hard bit. I'll pull the box. You ready? Yep. It's all yours.
On its back.
Look at that.
We just need to access
Nice little unit.
the bottom. Actually, I'll pull the top off this one as
It's
well.
quite nice, all the cable. I like the cable entries all in the same sort of plane right at the back of the wall, so you can
Yep.
maybe bring your conduit out or whatever, your cable and your glands out into a nice trunk along the bottom. You'd still have to, if you're going to do trunking, you'd want to leave a nice big gap there so you can still get at the screws.
Actually, I might turn around the other way so you can get some light in there.
Yeah, cool.
She's not light.
Should
we go.
Should be heavy.
If in doubt, we have a diagram as well.
Oh, look at that. So there's your terminals. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Good solid terminals, pretty plain. Ah,
Oh, and they've upgraded the DC terminals.
cool.
So that is much better. There's a lot healthier. So we've got a remote on off if you want to do switch the power off at night via a light switch or something and kill it. That's our little remote. We've got a couple of VE buses, which is interesting. Auxiliary and our current sense. So this unit we can run with or without a current sense. The standard current sense of this one's only 1 metre, so it's a very short run to the dB. If you're going to run a current sense on it, which that'll always fight to 0, or we put in a Carlo Gazzi meter instead, and we'll run that in a USB or
is this one here. Well, that's the
transmitter. That's the transmitter. The Carlo Gazzi's
it's
in the other
actually
room.
in the other room. Shall we go in the other room and have a look at it?
Yep, we'll have a
Might
look
as
at
well.
Carlo Gazzi.
Yeah. You think this is a dungeon? Look at this one. Here we go.
So we'll come in here. Here's the transmitter for the meter. That's 1.6 kilometres via Zigbee for wireless 485. And this is our Carlo Gazzi meter here for the Victron system that we're running.
So that has phase in and out. Connects up to this little transmitter here and
That's
shoots.
our wireless.
So if you've got a meter board or a master distribution board that's further away or somewhere else other than where you're connecting your inverter, you can actually take into account all the loads that come off the first board, even though your inverter is at the second board. And that can be single phase like that one, or it can be 3 phase.
Yep.
Ooh, if you're using 3 inverters. Back.
Okay, we're back. I could pull the top, but we don't need to, because everything we actually do need to access and do today with programming and wiring is actually all here for you.
Rod, pull the top off.
Pull the top off.
Come on, rip it apart, man.
Or rip it apart.
It's the first one. We've got to see what's going on here.
So the topography and all of these is pretty much the same. The only difference on this guy here, it's got 2 AC contactors on it, which you'll see on the very top here. We've got 2 AC contactors coming in on this unit, which makes it compliant for New Zealand and Australia.
So those are to disconnect the incoming grid from the inverter output in the case of a grid failure.
And 2 more. I should pull the top off.
Oh, there's 2 more under here.
2 more on the front. This is what happens when I'm not doing.
It happens on the first one. You're allowed to make a
First
mistake
ones.
on the first one, Rod.
Just take all the screws out and everything will fall inside. Okay, that should be it. Yes.
Yeah, looks good.
There we go. Now we've got a ribbon cable. It's obviously for the front screen. Goes on the top. And that's our pants off. Can I say that? I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
So that's all pretty standard for Victron. Toroidal transformer, galvanic protection, our FET drive assembly board, our control board. Control relays, fan, choke, it's all pretty straightforward and standard. Yep, nothing scary with these at all.
Individual boards, which is great for servicing.
Nice and simple. Whereas the other multi-compacts, if you've ever looked at them inside, like this guy up here, these are a completely different beast. Very, very tightly packed. This is nice and open. A lot better layout. And like I said, I'm so happy the 3 kVA had 6mm studs. They've now increased the size of the battery on this one, which they should for a 5. Fuses, AC side. Easy access on those. And that's pretty much it, even on the diagram.
Sweet.
It all looks pretty straightforward. Stand with AC2 out on these if you guys aren't sure on this. So we've got our AC in. AC2 is only ever active with AC in. This being ESS, we can run critical loads and our non-essential that don't need to be backed up. So when the grid fails, this one will be dead.
So the
ESS.
AC2 out on this inverter only goes when the AC in is present, is that right?
That's correct.
You've also got this little relay output as well. Auxiliary relay.
Yep, that's a secondary, that's another relay, which is great. We can do generator start with that one, but the best generator start is with the color control, which we're going to program this one up today with this system as well.
So color control is central brains of the unit,
Yep, the central
and
power
also
array.
very similar to the Venus GX. So, but the color control obviously has the monitor on the front and the buttons and
Yep.
a level of functionality through the buttons. Whereas the Venus GX is pretty much just the back end of this that you're looking at there and straight up to the internet.
Correct. So on this one, we've got a relay port on this guy here. That's where we'd run the generator set on this guy. There's a lot better functionality of the CCGX for generator start. This relay port here for generator start is also possible, but it's not as good in resolution as this guy. It gives you a lot more options. Quiet time, load start, SOC start, where you don't have that functionality in that relay. But at least you've got another relay to drive another load or whatever you want. So there's a lot of things you can build on top of it. Victron is Lego for nerds, so it's pretty straightforward.
Lego for nerds. That's cool.
You can just build whatever
Excellent.
you want. So if you want to cut it off there for a sec, Ben, we'll wire her up. And
We're going to connect it up now, and if we let the smoke out of it, we won't be back online shortly.
we'll be there.
Catch you later.